Hi, I'm certified divorce coach Gregory Leese, and this is today's Divorce Minute. In the last episode, we saw how having our fight or flight response continually triggered in the inner brain, or lizard brain as we've called it, by perceived threats, produces the conditions for prolonged stress. Today, let's look behind that mechanism to see how our brain figures out what is a threat to us. The inner brain is very fast, but also very unsophisticated at sorting and evaluating incoming data. It basically works on the principle of comparing the incoming data to see if it matches up with anything in memory and then reacts according to the emotion we have placed on that matching memory. In other words, if perceived data lines up with something we've experienced to be harmful for us, the lizard brain triggers a reaction to move us away from danger. But what if we can't move away? This is the dilemma that creates stress. The lizard brain keeps trying to get us to escape the threat by sending messages to tense our muscles and by dumping cortisol and other stress hormones into our bloodstream. We were not made to deal with this. And having this constantly happen creates chronic stress in our bodies. So what can we do about it to relieve the stress? The easiest solution would be to remove whatever is being perceived as a threat, but we would have done that already if we could have. If we can't remove that which is perceived, can we change the way that we perceive it so it doesn't light up our lizard brain? It turns out we can if we first understand how our brain works. And in situations like divorce, with lots of unknowns to trigger our lizard brain, this is the path that can lead us to being able to deal with all kinds of stress once we know how to change ourselves inside our brains. Fortunately, the brain is very elastic. It can be changed to help us perceive outward information differently. It all has to do with our thoughts and beliefs, and in particular with the emotions we have stored in parts of our brain, which are outside of our conscious awareness, deep in our memory banks. And that requires us to use another part of our brain, the prefrontal cortex, the part that controls a higher form of thought and decision making. And we'll get into that on the next episode of today's Divorce Minute.